The most dangerous psychopaths don't hide in shadows. They hide behind charm, confidence, and charisma. In this video, you'll learn 5 subtle but critical warning signs that experts and survivors say can expose a psychopath in plain sight. These aren't just red flags, they're escape routes. Let's start with the one you'll feel in your gut, even if you don't know why. Sign 1. Emotional mimicry. The first sign is emotional mimicry, when someone shows correct emotions, but something just feels off. It's not that they don't express feelings, they do. Smiles, concern, even tears. But the timing, intensity, or duration is always just slightly wrong. A former colleague once described a manager like this. He'd smile too fast, like flicking a switch, show perfect concern when someone shared bad news, but then glance at his phone mid-sentence. That's the tell. Their emotions don't reach their eyes. And the second they think no one's watching, the expression disappears. These reactions aren't awkwardness. They're rehearsals. Psychopaths don't feel the way others do. They study how we look when we feel and perform it back to us like a mask. You don't consciously spot it at first, but your instincts do. That unease? Listen to it. And here's where things start getting slippery. What if someone's entire backstory changes depending on who's listening? Sign 2, the shifting biography. The second sign is the shifting biography, when someone tells different versions of their life story depending on who's listening. Sure, everyone shares selectively, but this is deeper, full-on identity shape-shifting. A woman in a support group discovered her partner had told 3 completely different life stories. To her, he was a misunderstood artist. To colleagues, a tech entrepreneur. To friends, a world traveler raised abroad. None of it aligned. The goal isn't connection, it's control. They tailor each version to mirror what the audience admires or pities. Childhood trauma, prestigious jobs, epic heartbreak. Whatever makes you drop your guard. Ask questions, and the story shifts again. Or they deflect with charm, jokes, or fake vulnerability. This isn't privacy. This is tactical manipulation. Constructing a persona just convincing enough to make you trust the mask. Honestly, by the 3rd version of their traumatic childhood in France, you start rooting for the plot twist. But it's not just what they say, it's how they react when others are suffering that reveals the real mask. This next sign is the one that made my jaw drop when I first saw it in real life. Watch closely. It's chilling. Sign 3, the distress disconnect. The 3rd sign is the distress disconnect. When someone reacts to pain, tragedy, or suffering with curiosity instead of empathy. Most people instinctively mirror distress. We wince, frown, feel it in our bodies. But psychopaths? They stay emotionally still. Or worse, they seem interested. A trauma counselor once said, "Watch who leans in with questions when someone shares pain. Not to comfort, but to analyze." It's like they're collecting data. They don't flinch at your pain, they study it. They'll ask probing questions about awful events, but stay oddly upbeat or detached. You'll catch a glint of fascination when others would be disturbed. They might say all the right sympathetic words, but underneath something's missing. That human echo of emotion just isn't there. It's not morbid curiosity. It's a missing gear, a neurological gap where empathy should be. They're not trying to relate. They're trying to understand how to fake it better next time. This is where the manipulation goes from subtle to social warfare. And most people never see it coming. If someone in your life does even one of these 5 things, run. This isn't overreacting, it's protection. Sign 4, the triangulation trap. The 4th sign is the triangulation trap, when someone deliberately creates conflict between others, while positioning themselves as the calm, trustworthy middleman. It starts subtly. "I probably shouldn't say this, but..." Or "They told me not to tell you," followed by a bomb that makes you doubt someone else. A workplace mediator shared a case where a new hire quietly poisoned a close-knit team. He'd pass along private comments, misquotes, half-truths, until everyone was isolated, confused, and only trusted him. When the truth came out, he played shocked and betrayed. If one person is always in the middle of the drama, they're not the peacekeeper. They're the puppet master. Psychopaths do this to fracture connections, because divided people are easier to control. If someone always seems to be the one in the middle of drama, ask yourself who benefits from that. Spoiler, it's not a coincidence. It's emotional chess, and you're the pawn. Up until now, they've played nice. But the moment you say no, that's when the real face shows up. Faked empathy, manufactured vulnerability, even tears. All tools to destabilize and control. People do not believe that their heroic neighbor really is this person. Sign 5, the boundary backlash. The 5th sign is the boundary backlash. When someone reacts with outsized anger, manipulation, or cold rage the moment you say no. Most people feel a little disappointed when they don't get their way. Psychopaths, they treat it like a personal attack. A therapist recalled a client whose charming new partner flipped instantly when she refused a last-minute request. "He went from affectionate to vicious in 5 seconds," she said. "No conversation, just instant devaluation." This is the mask slipping. You're no longer useful, so they punish you with guilt, silence, insults, or sudden distance. Pay attention the first time you push back. That reaction? It's the real them. This isn't hurt feelings. It's the rage of someone who believes your boundaries are an inconvenience, not a right. Say no once, and you'll see exactly who they are. Destabilizing. They can smell empaths like a predator. What makes them so dangerous is how normal they seem, until it's too late. These signs aren't just theory, they're patterns people have lived through in real life. What people have survived is chilling. In an age where emotional masks are common, learning to listen to your gut and protect your peace isn't just smart, it's survival. We have to empower and educate our youngest and all of society. We need to stop picturing psychopaths as strangers. Sometimes they're the people others admire most. Pragmatic Principles posts 2 to 4 videos per week with practical tools you can actually use. So subscribe and turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss our videos. And if this video helps, hit like and drop a comment below. Which of these 5 signs have you ever seen before?